Tree in ARK Survival Ascended. New sponsored map mods. And introducing the next dino to join ARK. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark, and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So yes, the community crunch just dropped with quite a jam-packed bunch of things revealed. First thing that they got to show us was a tree. That's right, folks, you get to see a tree and what it's going to look like in ARK Survival Ascended, the Unreal 5 upgrade. It's a tree. It's difficult to not poke fun at this, but, you know, it does look a vastly improved version of the trees, you know, in ARK. Good to see improved bark work and lifelike foliage, with the devs saying to expect things like this and more like this every week as we count down to the launch of ARK Survival Ascended, showing you new assets that are within the game. With the devs finally responding to our questions, where is the gameplay? Well, we'll be getting it shortly before release. Define shortly, define when release. We expect it at the end of August, and possibly that could mean we're not going to see it until around about then, I guess. And sorry to rewind a little, it'll be every other week we get to see a new asset. And I can't wait to see a bush for the next one. But yes, the big news, of course, people, community votes. It's happened. It's ended. The votes have been counted, tallied, and winning with a whopping 49,000 votes is indeed the Fasola Circus, which I gotta agree, I did kind of like this in its submission. A lot of cool ideas suggested. Saw it as a bigger, mightier, stronger version of the Thorny Dragon when we went through these a few weeks ago, and look forward to seeing what abilities this might actually involve when it drops to ARK Survival Ascended exclusively on Scorched Earth. But if you didn't know, this already exists in mod form via additional creatures too, with Elder Sign here giving us a close-up look at the creature and its abilities within this mod, though again, worth noting, whatever abilities and even its aesthetics within this mod, don't take it as gospel for when it arrives to ARK Survival Ascended. It might look nothing like this, or it might look exactly like this. We really don't know until it comes to the date. I wonder if they are going to try and make it look a bit different to this to avoid any confusion. But within the mod, it presents some cool idea suggestions, such as a headbutt parry able to inflict bleed. But most of all, I think what's very cool is its immunity to bleeding, fire, radiation, sandstorms, obviously being a useful thing for Scorched Earth, and electrocution. That last bit especially really intrigues me because there's a few things out there that do electric attacks. Lightning Wyvern comes to mind straight away. There's others out there that do shocking based attacks. Perhaps you are immune to any of these on there. Shadowmane's a thing of the past. Who needs to worry about those when you're riding one of these? Hopefully it would be a good counter to the Shadowmane, seeing that that is perhaps one of the most highly voted creatures of all time that you enjoy. And, you know, we're doing a top 10 vote at the moment over this weekend, where hopefully it won't see the list this time. And congratulations to Risky Biscuits for their submission and everybody else who got involved. There were quite a few cool submissions, and I did say I think any one that reached the final I'd be quite happy with. This one looks pretty cool. Look forward to seeing how its abilities and I guess its scale size works in the world of ARK. Really would like to see a Shadowmane counter with this one if that's going to happen. But you know, there you go, and it should be available at launch. I'd hope if Scorched Earth is available at launch when ARK Survival Ascended drops in end of August. If you'd like to as well, you can see the vote working in real time, how the Fasola Circus reached the #1 spot and every other creature, how close they were behind it. It took the lead throughout. It seemed to be a clear winner, a clear decision by the community out there, and that's a whopping amount of votes. But yes, people, sponsored mods have hit the fray too. If you don't know, those are mods out there that people make and wildcard handpick them to say, look, we like this one, we're going to help you support to make this one, and we're going to fund you as well to help make it the best possible mod it can be. And we got 3 This time around, we got first up a Paintball Mod by Red Dwarf. We've spoken to Red Dwarf before, I'm pretty sure, and I've seen a few people use this. The architects especially using this mod. Seems to be really fun in an arena style deathmatch where, of course, you know, you can't hurt people because you're just popping paint on them. But great to see. A lot of work's going into that one, a lot of development, and I guess I'll have to have a go at this soon. Next up, new Randal, I think it's pronounced, a mod map made by Ute. I'm sure we've spoken to Ute before. A very aesthetically pleasing map. It looks very, very nice. I think a few of you have asked me to play this as well. Gonna have to check it out now, definitely. I'll get a video out on this as soon as I can. Haven't had the chance to play this just yet, but now it's sponsored. Got to be done. Got to witness what it's all about, why the devs like it so much and why you like it so much, and seeming to have a slight Nordic but overall fantasy vibe around it, with the map maker saying, from the highest of its mountains, from the deepest of the ocean into the darkest caverns, uncover the secrets of the warriors who triumphed over all of the Ark's most fearsome creatures. Moders on there. Interesting. And Titans. Ooh. And really cool to see this one on the sponsored mod map list. TNI Stella, the renewal alpha. We've had a chance to play this in recent times. Very, very cool map. It feels like this is what Genesis 2 was meant to be. A alien theme to it. Everything feels very, very alien-like, with a meteor centered crashed into the middle of the Ark and a multiple amount of biomes all spread around it, all feeling very different to anything I've ever played on any map in Ark before. And it's a big, big map at that. In fact, in this little playthrough that I've got right here, and I'll leave a link to this in the description if you want to see this yourself, I barely covered a fraction of it, and it took me so long to get around. What's cool about it as well, it's a no-flyer map. A lot of you like those types of maps with weird alien life forms and unique creatures to encounter as well, including unique bosses too. Not seen those yet. I probably have to dive back in on this in the future too. And lastly, yes, it did the rounds this week. ARK 2 delayed again. What's going on? Digital Domain had a thing on their website where they had ARK 2 on there. If you scrolled to it, you'd find a little paragraph that said, as quoted by ARK 2 News, and I think GP originally sourced this, so credit to GP, that the game's release was planned to be in spring of 2025. Queuing a lot of people messaged me saying, oh, it's delayed again. What is this? What is this ARK 2 game we're meant to play at some point? I wasn't surprised, to be honest, when I heard the news, and you know, it was already delayed to the end of 2024 anyway, so I guess what's another season on top of that? But Wildcard did step up and speak to Games Radar to say, don't stress, don't worry, it was just a typo. They've got no idea why that was on the site, so take that with a pinch of salt. Or maybe Digital Domain actually do know something, but Wildcard say no, so who are you going to believe there? I'd assume, hopefully, Studio Wildcard, and possibly still working towards a late 2024 release date for the game that feels even further away than it already is. And that's it, that's your lot. A community voted creature is coming to ARK. You voted for it, but there's more votes to come. Well, if you follow my channel, and I'll have some votes on my channel this weekend about the most annoying creature in ARK. If you want to go and vote for that, check it out, it'll be on there soon. Until the next one, my name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.